الله الرحمن الرحيم ويل لكل همزة لمزة. Woe to every scorner and mocker.
Al-Hamz wal-Lams is to do with backbiting and slandering. And the ulama differed about what each one is. While they agreed on the general meaning that Al-Hamz wal-Lams refers to backbiting and slandering. So some of them said one of them is backbiting with the tongue and one of them is backbiting by gesture. By gesture meaning you're gesturing towards that person. Pointing at them, making fun of them. One is that, one of them is to say in front of the face and one of them is to say behind the back. Some of them said Al-Hamz wal-Lams. One of them is to say it Amam al-Wajh, and one of them is to say it fi ghaybatihi wara'a dhahrihi, behind his back and in his absence. And some of them said, one of them, they had many different views about it, but all of the views come back to the same thing, that it is backbiting and slandering, whether you say it to someone's face or whether you say it behind their back, and whether you do it by voice or whether you do it by gestures. That's the khulasat al-qawl, the summary of it. It doesn't matter whether you say it. People say it doesn't matter, I'm not backbiting, he knows I say it. And they call someone a name, he says, look, he knows I say it, I'm not backbiting him. But you're falling into Al-Hamz wal-Lams that I mentioned in the surah. Kabira min kaba'ir al-dhunub, it's a major sin, because the Prophet, because Allah Azza wa Jalla said, waylun, hellfire, for the one who backbites and the one who slanders, or the one who backbites by words and gestures, or the one who insults people to their faces and behind their backs.
الذي جمع مالا وعدده, who collects wealth and continuously counts it.
And they say, some of them said, عدده, it means he only cares about his money, because he's constantly counting it. And he's always there. How much money have I got? How much more money have I got? You've seen people like that. The only thing they care about is the money going more and more. It's also said, عدده أمام الفقراء. He counted it in front of the poor people. And he goes in front of the poor people and he pulls out a wad of money. It's like 20, 40, 60, 80. How are you guys doing? يعني عدده أمام الفقراء. And he wants to make the poor people suffer, so he goes in front of them with lots of money, nice, fancy car, pulls out the wads of money and just shows it in front of them, but he doesn't give anything to them. And he's only concerned with gathering his wealth and counting his own money for himself.
يحسب أن ماله أخلده, he thinks that his wealth will make him immortal.
And he'll never die.
كلا لينبذن في الحطمة, no, he will surely be thrown into the crusher.
Al-Hutama, the crusher, is one of the names of the fire because it crushes. It doesn't just burn. Like we said, people think the fire is bright, but it's also dark. People think the fire is hot, but it's also cold. People think the fire just burns, but it also crushes from the pressure.
وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا الْحُطَمَةِ, and what can make you know what is the crusher? نَارُ اللَّهِ الْمُوقَدَةِ, it is the fire of Allah eternally fueled.
This is from the evidence that the fire is already burning now. But the fire will be worse Yawm al-Qiyamah. Because of the ayah we said in surah, which surah did we say about the ayah? وَإِذَا الْجَحِيمُ سُعِّرَتْ, in surah al-Takwir. That when the hellfire will blaze and it will be on fire. Like it's already on fire, muqada, it's already on fire. But it will blaze more because the fuel of men and stones and jinn will be put into it. So the fuel will burn, it will burn more Yawm al-Qiyamah.
التي تطلع على الأفئدة, which mounts directed at the hearts.
And it burns the body until it reaches the heart. Some of the ulama, they said the reason it burns the body up to the heart is that the heart is the place of tawheed and shirk in the person to begin with. And the qalb is mahallul aqidah, the place of aqidah. So when the people went to Jahannam because of their aqa'id fasidah, the evil beliefs they had, Allah Azza wa Jal makes the fire touch their heart. because their heart cannot be protected, because their heart was the first thing that led them to the fire. So their skin will burn until the fire touches their heart. And then it will be replaced for them again and burnt for them again. وَالْعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ.
إِنَّهَا عَلَيْهِمْ مُؤْصَدَةٌ. Indeed, it will be closed down upon them.
And sealed, locked. They will not be able to get in at all.
فِي عَمَدٍ مُمَدَّدَةٍ. In extended columns.
It said the columns are columns of fire. It said they're columns of iron which the people of Jahannam are chained to as they're burnt. And it said they are columns where the people of Jahannam are trapped inside, they can't get out of it, and they burn inside of those columns. وَالْعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ.